Hey guys, it's Mateo. This video I'm going to be covering like a little follow-up uh, commentary on my new Eheim filter that I've had going for a few days, and also some sad news with some Cory cats that that I have a question about, and hope maybe someone out there can help me out. So with my Eheim filter, I've Thursday, Friday. I've had it set up for 5 days. Um, I know that's a short amount of time, but I'm doing a video, so I might as well talk about it. In the 5 days I've had it going, I have no complaints whatsoever. It is. I can't stress enough how quiet it is. I'm used to having the hang-on back filters. It's the only thing I've had on. They were quiet as well, but literally this canister filter is just absolutely silent. I would imagine you'd have to hear even the motor going, but I mean you can only hear the motor if your ear is pressed up against it. So props to Eheim on engineering that and manufacturing that to that elite specification of like total silence. Other than that, I mentioned that I was gonna see if the flow from the little power head up there, or I'm sorry, the flow from the outlet pipe on the Eheim was gonna be enough to cancel out the power head that I have had in this tank, and I've had it going, like I said, now for 5 days, and you can see the water agitation, and my crip here has some flow to it, as well as like my Tiger Lotus. It has some good flow, and even the plants all the way on the far side, they have some good flow too. So I've come to the conclusion that I can go ahead, and I've gotten rid of, you can see I don't have it here anymore, my power head. So I use that for other things now, like water changes. It helps suck the water out of the buckets I use and pumps it into the tank and things like that. So that's a plus. Now on to some bad news. My all 5 of my Cory catfish died overnight about 2 nights ago. I'm not sure why. It was the night after I installed this filter. I don't think the filter has anything to do with it. I don't understand how it could have anything to do with it. I don't think it's a beneficial bacteria issue, even though I introduced a whole bunch of beneficial bacteria into the tank through this new filter, and I took all the old bacteria out. I don't think that makes any difference, because I still have all the bacteria that's in my substrate. I still am using, for right now, this little aqua clear that has biomedia in it. So I don't think it was a water good bacteria problem. The only other thing I can think of is 2 other things it might be. One, the night they died, the day before, I fed them frozen bloodworms, which I do maybe about twice a month. I've seen some videos where you're supposed to, or you're not supposed to, but they suggest to thaw it out in some tank water and then pour them in kind of defrosted, so they're not actually frozen. I've always just popped in my frozen cubes and they eat them fine. This particular time I noticed that they ate them for about 30 seconds and then didn't touch them the rest of the night. So I'm not sure if maybe something with the food was bad, or if something with, I have no idea. Maybe the food was too cold and it gave him a brain freeze. I have no idea. I know that probably sounds ridiculous. I have absolutely no idea. but that's the only thing I did different other than what I do every other night. The last thing I think it could be is, I told you guys when I traded for that fishing pole, I also got this bottle of Flourish XL. I've used Flourish XL plenty of times before for several months. It just so happens that I just ran out of it about 2 months ago, so it's been about 2 months since I've used it. The night they died, that morning, I had dosed my tank with Flourish XL. I know how to use this product, but since it had been 2 months, I had just I read the instructions again. The instructions on this big bottle say, for if you're starting off dosing, to use 3 capfuls of this Flourish XL for every 50 gallons. This is a 30-gallon aquarium, so I did 2.5 capfuls. Now, what I'm used to using is the smaller bottle of Prime, which also says use 3 capfuls for a 50-gallon tank. My question is, do you think that even though on this 2-liter bottle of Prime the instructions are referring to the cap size of the smaller bottle, because I put in 3 capfuls of this 2-liter bottle Prime, which is kind of a lot. That's a lot of Flourish XL, these capfuls, but I followed it per the instructions on the bottle, assuming that they were talking about this bottle. The reason why I think it may have been that was because a couple hours before they died, earlier during the day, I noticed that they were very sluggish. They were still moving, but they were kind of just floating through the tank, you know, brain dead, kind of going with the water flow. And the only time they would go to move willingly was to go up to the surface for air. My theory behind the Flourish XL playing a part in this would be maybe because this Flourish XL is organic carbon, which would be a replacement for CO2. So my theory is maybe I put in too much of that and it took all the oxygen out of the tank and they suffocated. I really don't know. The only physical sign of anything on their bodies was their bellies were bloodshot. It looked like you know, blood kind of was coming out of their belly. That's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, all 5 of them died one day. That was kind of a big bummer. They were my cleanup crew and I really liked them a lot. Now the only cleanup crew I have is my little Amano shrimp, which does an awesome job. I really would like to get more Amano shrimp. If they didn't defecate so much, I would get like 10 of them, but god, they poop nonstop. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Cory cats. Let me know if you guys think I'm crazy for fish getting a brain freeze and from eating food that's frozen and dying. Let me know if you guys think I'm crazy for thinking I put too much XL in. It says right on there, do not overdose, but again, I thought I was putting in capfuls for the 2-liter bottle, but maybe it's referencing capfuls for a 500 milliliter bottle. So let me know what you think. Thanks.